Toronto's war on crime.
I'm Detective Graff. This is Detective Bateman.
The worst offenders are pursued by the detectives of the Specialized Criminal Investigations Unit. These are their stories.
Everyone seems very excited about it, you know, in terms of, you know, seeing an old franchise like this brought to Toronto, which is such a great city and full of so many diverse communities. And you know, with each episode, we sort of play out a different crime in different areas of the city. So I think if you don't know Toronto, you're going to understand a little bit more of it. And if you're from Toronto, you're going to recognize parts of the city that, you know, you grew up in.
We've seen our city be shot as so many different places. Like it often doubles New York, Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. And I think it's just really time that we get a show that's part of such an iconic franchise that like really is not afraid to show Toronto as what it is.
People are going to be able to recognize certain locales in their neighborhoods. I think the skyline is beautiful. I think the downtown area, the hustle and bustle.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, when people talk about coming to Canada, Toronto's the first thing that rolls off their tongue. For me, based on just hearing the locations of where they went and I mean, just looking at the posters, I think, and I could be wrong because I believe a lot of people know the beauty of the city already, but I don't think they know, I don't think they understand it from a interior perspective. Like looking at the CN Tower and the Rogers Center, that's, yes, for sure. But when you get into these neighborhoods, you start to match the neighborhood, and then you have the people of that neighborhood, and you fuse those two things together, and now you have something that's memorable, and you have something that becomes, in its own way, will over time become iconic as well.